showing just how police will use their discretion to decide who to believe at the scene of an incident, instead of being impartial, gathering evidence and determining who the suspect and who the offender is, has now cost Leicestershire Police what's been described as an undisclosed sum after they were deemed to have maliciously prosecuted a woman. The woman, part of the West Midlands anti-hunt protest, had been accused of screaming threats at members of a local hunt, and Leicestershire Police charged her in connection with the alleged abuse. However, the woman, luckily, had video evidence of the interaction showing that it was a peaceful conversation that had taken place and not a slagging match, so she was therefore found not guilty by magistrates. Now, if this doesn't show you why you should record your interactions, then God help you. Granted, it wasn't a conversation with police, but when you're interacting with anyone who could turn out to be a liar or otherwise just a complete twat, then you should at the very least have your phone voice recording in your pocket. In fact, Leicestershire Police were so devious in this case and downright playing dirty, they used the prosecution of the woman to simply test how the court would decide the matter, giving not one solitary fuck for the woman's rights. Lawyers for the anti-hunt protest managed to get copies of emails between police officers sent after the alleged offence near Atherstone in August 2017. One email from a detective sergeant to a detective chief constable read, "I have reviewed the matter and I do not believe we have sufficient evidence. We have no independent witnesses, no CCTV, no admissions, and at the time of the allegation, she was exercising her right to protest." The detective sergeant added, "I believe if we attempted to prosecute this matter, it would be dropped by the CPS at court and would look like malicious prosecution." However, in response, the detective chief inspector didn't agree with the detective sergeant. No. That would be the right thing to do. Instead, he decided to maliciously prosecute the woman after saying, "Let's use this one as a bit of a test case and see which way the CPS go with it." What the fuck? The protester was then charged with 3 counts of causing harassment, alarm and distress, based solely and completely on the alleged victim's statements. No other evidence. When the case was heard at Loughborough Magistrates Court, where the prosecution brought 3 hunt members to testify against the woman, the defence revealed and played the video showing the conversation between 2 of the alleged victims and the defendant. So the magistrate had no choice but to find in her favour. An anti-hunt spokesperson said, "Leicestershire Police targeted a saboteur and the right to peaceful protest. Leicestershire Police decided to settle out of court rather than fight an unwinnable civil court case where they were the accused of institutional bias favouring fox hunts over hunt saboteurs." Now, for the record, it's not just bias against anti-hunt saboteurs. All of the decisions about protest are politically motivated and have nothing to do with who's right and who's wrong. It's entirely about the political motivations of those higher up in the food chain who are making those decisions. They added, "Let this be a warning to any other police forces out there with connections to their local hunts and who think they can target hunt saboteurs as a way of protecting an illegal activity. We will fight you all the way and will expose your refusal to tackle this organised crime in the countryside." A Leicestershire Police spokesperson said, following an allegation of public disorder being made by a member of the public against the complainant in August 2017, officers worked to assess the evidence gathered. No, they didn't. The claimant was invited to attend a voluntary interview on numerous separate occasions to provide her account, but this was declined, as is her right. Following an acquittal in court and a claim for malicious prosecution being made, the force has sought independent legal advice leading to an out-of-court settlement being offered to the complainant. Officers carried out a fair and balanced approach throughout the investigation. Yeah, the emails really show it was a fair and balanced approach, doesn't it? The complainant has previously been supported as a victim of criminal damage by the same investigation team in another case which led to a successful prosecution in court. Oh, good for you. So what you're actually saying is you're not that bad, because even though you try to stitch someone up, perverting the course of justice perhaps, you think mentioning how you did your job for the same woman by investigating an offence against her mitigates your actions somewhat. It's your fucking job to do that in the first place. Absolute bellends, a lot of you. Big thank you to channel supporters, especially these guys. Your support is truly appreciated. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, as I know many of you will. And until next time, stay safe, look after each other, film the police and other officials.